Anna and Mark, and we flew into La Romana. No, we flew into Santo Domingo last night and took that trip in the middle of the night through San Pedro over here to La Romana. Their house is decorated with all kinds of local art. Some of which has the Haitian flavor to it. We just had a delivery here, and the delivery came by cart, horse and cart. Right, Mark? Yep.
Dale, Mark. Enseña. Es mi papá lo hace.
Ah, ¿es lo que lo hace?
Sí.
Una fábrica.
Sí. Deliveries. It's the furniture delivery van.
This man here was the one who made it, right? He built the bookcase,
Yeah.
and he's the delivery man.
Los perritos están contentos.
Poor old horse. Steve, tell us about that item that you just had delivered and paid for.
The thing on? I don't see a red light.
Should be.
Oh, there's like the hand is over it. Yeah, Sandra designed it. There's one over there that she made last year. Had made last year, somebody else made it. And then this one, we need more bookshelf space.
Uh-huh.
And metal work, iron, wrought iron type work is so cheap here.
Uh-huh.
That cost us about $110 to have made. And delivered. Without the wood, obviously we have to put the wood on it, but it's not bad. And
It's a beautiful piece.
we ordered it, Sandra brought out the design, drew up the design, and paid half about 3-4 weeks ago.
Very nice.
Now tomorrow we have to put the wood planks on.
We'll do it.
Yeah. I sent an email, but
Here we are at lunchtime. And guess what?
I had a few responses.
What happened?
Got it. So it's got, is that the house?
What's wrong, Becca? Oh, you had an owie in the
Or
finger.
maybe it's God's work.
What do we have for lunch, Jesse?
Taco salad. Okay. And the cheese and the pie. Right? Help is over.
That's a little. Publicity hound.
It's a beautiful day here in La Romana, isn't it? Huh? Isn't it a pretty day?
Right, we're ready. You ready? Remember how to do it? Remember? All right, like this. Remember that? You do that for Brenda. Go take a picture of it. There he goes. Okay.
Come on. There you go.
Nope, didn't do it. Do it. Remember the knee like this? Look, Mark. Goes like this. Okay, ready? Start. Okay.
Here we have cousins having fun with one another. lions. 5 lions. 5 lions.
Going down? Oh, well, you're getting heavy. Here, Andy, I'm putting your on your shoulders. No, I'll put her on your back. There.
Alex, are you a lion? Are you a lion, Alex? Are you? What does the lion say?
Here, Alex.
This is indeed very rare to see everyone working together and putting things away.
I agree. No, that doesn't go in there. You want to help put the blocks away? Yeah. Okay.
Slam dunk.
Yep. I'm going to leave you that flame for you guys.
Some of them have to go. Some of them have to go. Oh, right. Look.
It's like the best grass. Isn't it fake hard grass?
2 cousins.
Go out here.
Don't
Don't throw.
Don't bust up my castle.
We're having a hard time keeping these 3 children from throwing things that they find.
Nice castle. This will be my nice castle. I want that. My house. I want this for the castle. I want to do my castle too.
See ya.
Safe travels.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not video.
Okay.
Jordan, oh, you're dusting the table for us. Okay.
Get under there. Contortionist.
Timmy, we need to eat some breakfast.
Safe travels, Scott.
Ow!
Hey guys, I'm glad you played a while.
Watch
Now
your
let's get in
heads.
the car. Yeah,
Watch your head.
Get real crowded.
Don't bump your head.
Grown up from
Watch heads.
everybody will be on the road like that.
Sometime soon. But they'll come and play sometime with us.
Progressively.
What are you doing?
Okay, Jordy, time to get in.
Keep that company in line.
Joe's here.
Yeah.
Getting squished, should I
Take
say?
care.
Pull your pants up a little bit.
Hi, little boy.
Alex? Alexander.
Oh, bye-bye, sweetheart.
What's this smoke
Okay. No. Fresh air.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a safe trip.
Okay. They're saying cheese.
Bye.
Bye. Christmas.
Oh, go
We
ahead.
wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings
Eat one.
to you and all of your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
There we go. Christmas 19. It's a snowman. Mary, it's a snowman.
Yep, I have one before.
Well, let's see. I guess before we can have breakfast, we have to open our stockings.
Yeah, we should open our stockings. Oh my, thank you.
Lots of stuff.
Good, I needed that.
For you.
That's the right stuff. That is. That other stuff I bought, put on 20 times a day, and my hands felt the same every. Yeah.
Who's charging now, but who's charging?
Daddy, look at
Daddy.
Oh, how they doing? What did you
What's
say?
that, David?
You brought it back in, I thought.
Close it around.
Boy, there's Artie. I'm telling you, it takes a strong back.
Oh, I
You
can't
moved
get
over
you.
at me.
Yeah, Art, you gotta stand up more.
His head's not in it still.
Christmas Day, 1998. Yes, 1998 here, Christmas Day, and at the Dan Browning household we have Grandpa Browning, Dan and Grandma Browning, Timmy and Andy,
I told you.
What is it? Andy, that looks pretty neat.
and David.
Flip takes glasses.
Looks like a dead.
Uncle Art is here.
Oh no.
We have Gramps Grimshaw.
Ha-ha.
Grimshaw, so she's sleeping. And myself.
You really have to use a flash on that. David, this is the Noah's Ark puzzle.
Can I open one for me?
And a lot of excitement as the gifts get opened.
Can I open one for me?
Okay, Timmy's about to play for us. It came upon a midnight clear. He played this Sunday in church, and he's going to play it for us
Got a tape?
here.
Got a tape? Oh, yeah.
Just leave it now.
In September of 1998, a dreadful hurricane called Hurricane George ripped through the Caribbean and affected many people and many nations. The destruction that came to Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, Haiti, Cuba, and other places was vast and terrible, especially for the poor people. The cleanup and rebuilding after that dreadful hurricane has been going on since that time, but ever so slowly because the job is so large. I am Wayne Brawning, and our son, Steve Brawning, let's redo that. Stop. That's really here. No, what do I have in there? Okay, actually, and Steve is getting geared up for it. Some of the folks are beginning to arrive. This is a serious Bible study of the Bible Institute that he's developed. Since there's no electricity here tonight, we have to bring the generator, and these beautiful children are all here kind of hanging around, enjoying themselves. I've preached at this church one time. I think it's the only time I ever preached at the in the Dominican Republic, and that brother there remembers my coming here. Isn't that something?
La mamá de mi mujer se murió y la mujer se queda allá. Él es su papá enfermo. Mira que papá enfermo ahí. Sí, la mamá de enfermo, papá enfermo también. Usted lo pone en la bota que ya usted le va a toda la bota.
This poor man hit his foot with a sledgehammer, and it took 20 days until he could get back on his feet again, and then he went back to work, and a spike went through his leg, and so he's had many difficulties.
Gave him a pair of steel-toed boots once.
Oh yeah?
Left him in Haiti.
He what?
Left him in Haiti.
The steel-toed boots he left in Haiti.
They were nice, Red Wing.
Oh no.
They looked like dress boots.
Uh-huh.
Like dress boot, but with steel toe.
Sure. Oh.
¿Por qué no lo trajo?
Y entonces tiene una parte de
It's kind of broken up.
Uh-huh.
Está muy maltratado. Pero eso se arregla. Aquí se puede arreglar eso.
Nothing lasts forever.
No. But here they fix anything.
Oh, I'm sure.
No. Yo lo vendí.
Cuando se pone un día dentro, se está totalmente dentro. Y cuando los sacerdotes pusieran los pies en el río, o quedaban dentro condenados de fuego, o el río se dividía. Si yo hubiera sido uno de esos sacerdotes, hubiera pensado, Dios, no me paraban en el fuego, no ocupo. Y se metieron al río con el agua hasta la cabeza. Y ¡pum! El poder de Dios dividió el río.
Steve is teaching right now on the fruit of the Spirit.
Cuando usted piensa de lo del ciclo, es por eso, a base de fútbol, no se aprende más. Porque la base de fútbol
punto es singular, no como los dones que son múltiples. El punto singular porque es algo que todos los cristianos deben demostrar.
We are in Punta Cana. It's the point in the eastern part of the island of Hispaniola. Cana refers to a tree-like palm that provides all of the thatch in its leaves for the roof of that building and other buildings in this wonderful resort complex. Punta Cana is right on the Atlantic Ocean and is a beautiful, beautiful place with swimming pool, beach, entertainment, good food, comfortable rooms, reasonable prices.
Okay. Right, don't want to scare the birdie. Wave to Grandpa.
Towards the city of nurse saw that he was still praying, and they went to the king. King, one of the people of your people has disobeyed your law. Oh yeah? Who? Daniel, your governor. The king said, my Daniel? How could this be? And so he went to the house of Daniel and asked if it could actually be true that he prayed to somebody else. And Daniel said, yes, it's true. And he said, didn't you know that the punishment for breaking one of my laws is being thrown into the lion's den? Yes, I know, Daniel said. But I must worship my Lord only.
Throw me in there, I have something to say.
And I'll hear something.
Even though you're throwing me in there, I'm still not going to pray to anybody else.
Even so, and that's what Daniel said.
There it is. You can't actually attack me. You're not able to. God.
The angel comes, that's me of course, and shuts the mouth of the lion.
Kitties. Nice kitty. Nice kitty. Nice kitty. Nice kitty. Nice kitty. Oh, nice kitty. I like a nice kitty. Oh.
And so then played with the lion cubs
Your baby
all
kitty. Oh, look
night.
at the baby lion. He's so cute.
I'm
You see your cute baby?
I'm a mommy.
Oh, that's nice.
Kitty.
Oh, it's only 3 o'clock in the morning.
I'm a mommy. And so
Hi,
the
mommy kitty. You're nice. You're nice.
king woke up
Oh,
early.
Now, they never
they
even
can
slept.
purr. I ain't sleeping just in case they change their mind.
The lions had a mommy kitty in
Hi,
bed.
kitty.
He got up early and went to the lions.
Well, they should be coming any time now. It's almost 6 o'clock.
And the king said, Daniel, are you there?
Oh, yeah. I'm here.
No, no!
You're not dogs, you're lions.
Your king sure is great that he saved you from the lions.
What can I say? That's why I pray to him.
I
Check it out.
I will now make the law says nobody can worship anybody but the true God.
And then what do they do?
And they threw the wicked and the lions
I just want to chronicle the fact that missionaries suffer for Christ here, and that it's awfully hard work to minister in this country. And those who come and visit them do the same things as the ministry goes on without them. Yeah. Hi, Mark. Hi, Mark. Can you stick your tongue out? That's good. Can you touch your ear? Touch your ear. Scratch your ear. Good boy. There you go. And Punta Cana is a very, very nice place. Brother and sister out there enjoying each other's company. Hi, children. Here we are on another beautiful morning. It's what, Tuesday already?
Yeah, it's already Tuesday.
Tuesday, and we're still at Punta Cana.
It's Monday.
Huh?
Isn't it Monday?
No, it's Tuesday.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Or was this is Monday.
Today's Monday.
Yeah, it's the 23rd. Okay.
Who cares what day it is?
Steve, we're a little ways from where we're staying. What's that building over there?
Oh, I guess that's part of the hotel. It's relatively new. I think they built it maybe 2 years ago.
You said it had, what, 75 or so units?
I I didn't count exactly, but I bet it's got about 90.
These guys have been up in the coconut trees and cutting down some of the branches and also some of the fruit. You said this is kind of green?
Yeah, they're green, so they're basically good for the liquid, you know, for the coconut water, or milk like they call it. And one of the guys, while he was up there, he chopped one open and drank it.
Oh, that's handy. Okay.
It's got a nice long, sharp machete. I have a machete in the car that's kind of short and kind of dull. It's got the white, not hard meat, but it's kind of soft. Oh, mucho vitamina. Sí. Es bueno. Es bueno también.
What you doing?
Finding the toys.
Finding the toys. You had quite a sand spot there, didn't you? Right here by the mangrove trees. They're amazing. They're one of the few plants in the world that can grow in salt water and can hide naked little boys too. And there's some main trunks, and then the roots come down from above and begin to root again and get wider and wider and wider. There's more of them over there too. We've been in the shade of the mangrove trees all morning, except when we talk to the German folks. This kind of entertainment goes on most every night here of one kind or another, and some people really enjoy it. But it's time for us to call it a night. As part of the Punta Cana resort, there is a reserve here for plants and animals, and Thursday morning we are taking our trip through this reserve with a guide who is speaking Spanish. All along there is coral rock and just all kinds of vegetation that grows here. This is a treacherous walk along this way, and we keep on, but someone has developed a log path here with banana logs. The path tends to turn to water in some places, like right here, where the logs have kind of collapsed. But the group continues to go up there, and we'll catch up with them. All of the swatting has to do with mosquitoes, which are very hungry at this point in the morning, not having had any serious breakfast yet. Now they've waited and people are feeding them. On this trip there are people from Spain and France and Italy and Germany and America. The Cana plant turns into a very large and tall tree in places like this. In other places it's just low like a shrub. And this tree that goes perpendicular, small, is a mahogany. No, not a mahogany, a teak tree. Ouch, the mosquitoes are getting me. We're just going by a freshwater pool now, and it has fish in it, and there are 11 of those pools in this particular conserve or reserve, and each one has an indigenous name. The original settlers in these islands came down from various peoples of the Indians of North America. Many of those Indians, of course, traveled on, as we understand it, through Central America to South America. And some of the indigenous people here most of them came down through Florida and probably the Bahamas, and then into these chain of islands. Also, some of the descendants of those who went into South America came through South America and up from South America through Trinidad and some of the other islands. Mosquitoes are terrible. And they were much more warlike people than the ones who came in from North America. And then they began to mix, of course, and some of that blood is still here. This is a termite nest which we have seen several of along the way, and they primarily consume fallen trees and rotten things, but we've been told that there are some which also consume the live trees. Not too many of them, though. And that's our group going there, and of course some people have a little bit more of a problem with mosquitoes than others because of how they're dressed or not dressed. This is a traditional charcoal oven that people used to use for preparing their cooking fuel.
Y hace hoyos por donde entra el aire, y el aire tiene oxígeno, y el oxígeno no se necesita para quemar. Entonces, si no hay nadie que vaya cubriendo, pues lo que va a conseguir son cenizas.
On this bunch of trees here, you see the Spanish moss. It's really the first time we've seen it. It gives such a beautiful appearance to the whole tree. to the whole ecology.
Es una planta epífita porque crece sobre otro árbol y no se alimenta del árbol, sino que se alimenta del medio ambiente.
In the lake.
This is called the Gigi tree. It's one of the largest trees. It's a typical tropical tree, but very resistant to predators of disease and so on. And it hosts many different kinds of plants, among which are orchids, growing freely right up there on one of the yolks of the tree. I'm not sure we can pick the orchid out, but I think that's it. What's your comment about this trip, Steve?
Well, it's nice that they have something a little different for tourists, not just the the wildlife or whatever, but on the beach. But they also have this type of tour. It's well done. I mean, the person who's running it knows what she's talking about, and they've set aside whatever it is, number of acres. I don't know how many.
And there's a generous supply of mosquitoes.
Oh yeah.
This is one of those pools, clear water pools, which have fish, and it's swimmable. It's probably 15, 20 feet deep at its deepest point, and some people are going to swim.
There's the fish, Becca.
Some of our friends here from Portugal and elsewhere decided to take a swim.
The Portuguese swimmers.
The Portuguese are crazy?
No, adventurous. And this has been our very fine guide. Look at that whole bunch. Everybody?
I want one with all of us. Well, okay, Becca, go get back there, Becca. Jesse, get in closer, please.
It's a beautiful evening here with the sunset.
Okay, I'm going to count to 3. Here it comes. 1, 2, 3.
Here comes my picture.
Now,
Okay, now we got to get rid of all of us.
take our picture. Maybe this man coming along up here.
Okay.
Hello.
Say hi to Grandpa.
This is our last evening here, and we're going into the dining room with a beautiful thatched cover, and right beside the ocean, a wonderful large buffet, linen tablecloths on the table, everything very comfortable and gemütlich, with the chefs coming to serve wonderful food. Numerous kinds of food, of bread, huge platters of
We have to hurry up and get a bigger table for one.
huge platters of vegetables and fruits and soups. Salads.
Look at that.
Beautiful. And hors d'oeuvres. Hors d'oeuvres. Some of the nice main dishes that are here. Colorful and well seasoned. And of course desserts. 1 or 2 different kinds. Oy, oy, oy.
I didn't find something to eat. Everything I did.
And desserts, 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 desserts.
Look at this.
Wonderful cakes. Beautiful. Right, Becca?
I can't stop looking at these desserts.
In September of 1998, a terrible hurricane called George roared through the Caribbean. It struck a number of islands, including Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, Haiti, and some of the other Caribbean islands. That hurricane just did incredible devastation, and in the face of all of that, caused much suffering to the people of the Caribbean. Stop. Stop. And all his buddies. We got tall ones and medium-sized ones. See that? See that? Dan's in trouble already. Look at that. Boy, I'll tell you, you can't send him out and do anything. Endless problems. Nope, things are going fine. All our bags got checked. We're ready to go. Now, where's Tim? Ah, there he is. This is a nervous, exciting time for Tim. Where you going? Well, here we are.
In a couple minutes, we will be closing the main cabin door. If you could please take your seats at this time. We'll be closing the main cabin door. Thank you. Damas y caballeros, estamos listos para cerrar la puerta principal de la cabina. Se pueden coger su...
Folks, if you could just take your seats for me.
Yes, good morning.
What's the plan?
The plan is for the young guys to go do the work and the old guys to play with the kids.
Oh, great. That's wonderful. What's the work going to be?
Putting roofing on a school and on a church.
All right. All right. And right now we're suffering with the missionaries, right?
We're living in a life of luxury.
We really are, yes. Keep talking just while you're working. What are you doing, Carolyn?
I'm washing my dishes.
Breakfast dishes.
You'll do quite a bit of that here, I think.
Oh, yes. Concrete.
Gentlemen, all I need is your name, address, bank account balance, and social security number.
That's why we came down here for a little while.
Might as well, right?
What?
Who's the fellow over there?
Now this should fit you. You have fairly big hands.
You mean Andy? It's Andy.
Andy?
Right.
All I need is your name, address, telephone number, and bank account.
AP at Eidsman. AF 1234-3621. I'm being interrogated as a prisoner of war.
It looks like
And who have we got here?
Hey, John Drucker. How you doing there?
All right, good,
See what we
good.
can do down here.
Okay, and there goes Doug. We'll put him on the tall things, right?
This is me.
Who's that?
Joe.
Hi, okay, Joe, all right. You're going to have a good time here?
Hope so.
All right. So we're getting started. Well, it's load-up time now for our work party. It's getting close to noon. We've had all kinds of briefings this morning and getting money changed and things going out.
Actually, we go over his own too good with it.
And we're getting on our way to the field. Now the power's going in there. Doug?
Yeah, I'm surprised that thing doesn't fold. Yeah, that doesn't have a lot to
We have a rental vehicle there that's not quite as utilitarian as the old Mitsubishi, which is 8 years old. Matt's getting that big case in there. Away it goes. All kinds of work tools. There we are. Getting ready to go to the field now. Well, Andy, along the way here to the bank and then out to the work site, we see these guys over there in the basket shop. They make hats and baskets and all kinds of stuff out of, what do you suppose that material is? They're sure very, very careful. It's probably something with palm. And we're shooting across the street here where there's lots and lots of vehicles going. We conclude that these are Haitians who have this shop here. They look like Haitians. They have many beautiful baskets. Hey, there's Matt. He's getting things going. I'm trying to figure out what this huge truck is that's coming up the road here. He's coming. Got to get underneath the wires. And then here he comes. Very slowly, whatever it is. It's a humongous truck. In perspective. Ah yes, it's a crane. You can see evidences of what happened when the hurricane came through here about 5 months ago, but people continue to function, and we're here to buy a couple of 55-gallon drums so that we can use them for water where they go out and mix cement.
All right.
Okay, the decision's been made to take these 2 barrels. We'll need them for water for our service.
The call is because of that quarry over there, that grind rocks.
Oh, yep.
You know,
Yeah.
but when you look around, you can see everything's rock. This is the terrain. It's all coral limestone rock. You get little holes here and there that have some dirt in it. But
What's the translation, Steve?
Flintstone.
Flintstone.
Flintstone town.
This is Flintstone
Now the
town.
background of this church I can give you briefly. Started by a pastor who moved here to this area, and what he did was they bought, and the mission helped them. We gave 18,000. They put about 5,000 or 6,000 pesos in to buy this lot with a house.
Yeah.
They were here about a year and a half. Yeah, there's a Christian Reformed Church sign. And then it blew over in a hurricane. The whole house blew down. They put it right back up, and then we decided to help. We gave and then the church themselves worked together to put the foundation in. They put the entire foundation all the way around with the columns up. You know, I don't know how high, a little bit off the ground, and then we came through we gave them 30,000 pesos, and with a lot of volunteer work, they got it up to this time. So I have had very little to do with this construction up until now, except for funneling some money towards it. Because they have a pretty good active congregation. They have some builders right in the congregation. So anyway, our work here is going to be basically trusses. Okay. We lay out plate all around it.
Is the wood here?
Wood is inside. It was on Tuesday. Or Monday.
This place has been a beehive of activity all day, and now we have masons working, putting a course of block on the top there, and we have trusses being built over here, the rebar being cut off at the top there, and things seem to be moving fairly smooth. There was quite a large shipment of cement block and sand we'll go around and see where they mix that. And here's where the cement is mixed, and we have many supervisors and a few workers, like this good gentleman, working very hard. And then inside, there's been a leveling of the floor, and up there is where the block is being put up. I don't understand why, but that's what they're saying. That's what they're doing. Oh. And this is Pastor Felicio. Ah, so. Ah, yes. Oh, there he is. He's the pastor of this church, which blew down in the hurricane. Okay? And now there's hope of getting it up again, getting a roof on it. Praise God. Gloria a Dios. Consulting here about cutting these trusses just the right size, and John and the other guys here are very busy. Andy and are very busy doing this kind of work here. It's all very encouraging. Okay, we're winding down the first day of this work party, and we got a lot done. Cut the trusses. The mason has come and begun to do the work at the top here. These men have worked like beavers, working like crazy to get everything done. And now the Americano, they're going home early because they're lazy. That's why, because they're tired out. And here we go. Okay, it's a new day, January 21st. I think it's Wednesday. Yes, it is Wednesday. And a great deal of progress was made yesterday on the Christian Reformed Church here on Coral Ridge. And as you see, the mason's finished, and in the front is the symbol of a cross in cement block, which will not easily blow down because it's well reinforced with concrete. And back here you see the men are putting plates, wooden plates all the way across, tying them in with the reinforcement bars, so that if another hurricane comes, this building should not blow down quite so easily. The same is being done on the east side of the building here with Matt. Hey, Matt. Hey, Matt. And Dan working together there. Matt is a contractor from North Jersey, and Dan is Steve's brother working there. He's from Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and the work's getting done. As we look inside of the building here, we had to find some smooth place out here on this rocky ridge to lay out the trusses. These are the trusses that are used for the roof. And once they have one that's laid out properly, they will just build the other 6, I guess there are 8 or 10 of them. They will build the 8 or 10 on top of those. The electric generator is extremely helpful here as the men drill holes.
Generator is the most helpful thing we got.
Hey, Matt, what are you doing, Matt? What are you doing there, Matt? Tell us. While you're working.
I'm working.
He doesn't want to talk, he wants to work. They're drilling holes here to put this down over the reinforcement bars. And once that's done, they'll slip this on top and bend the bars over. And there's Roger Veenstra, who put the whole thing together. This entire trip. Planned it and got us all coming here. Great, Roger. And if you watch John hammer those nails in, he's a carpenter by trade.
Oh man, I tell you, everyone, I never miss once.
He knows how to do it. He holds the handle way on the back. There you go.
Hey, did you see that nail? Did you slide I start looking in this camera and everything goes wrong.
This project goes in one nail at a time.
Like Hollywood, how do they keep their act together? When the camera is running. That's why they do it 14 times. Okay.
There used to be a great many trees in this area, large trees, and when the hurricane came it ripped them all down, and they just have the small scruffy ones now. But in the midst of all that devastation, God's people are busy working, and you can see the building that will be a place of worship for this faithful congregation in the years to come. We're very encouraged with the progress on this beautiful morning. It's about 70 degrees when we got up, and the cool breezes and the nice hot sun. We all got the suntan lotion on, and we're getting busy with the important work of putting this building together with the help of the National Christians to do this work and to complete it. Only our second day, we've made wonderful progress. As you can see, Dan and Matt there are putting that header on top, which will basically secure the building, and then the rafters or the trusses go over the top of that. There they go. That's great. Piece by piece the work gets done by the 9 men who are here, and some of the children came today, and by the National Christians working side by side with us. And there is truss number 1. Truss number 1 is finished and will soon be put in place to check and see whether it's going to work right. There's a delightful spirit of cooperation among the brothers here, working together, making decisions. Everything's just going very well.
Está bien, porque yo la quiero.
Ya yo mandé a pedir lo que era. Una foto que va a hacer. That's the pastor putting it.
Yes, this is the pastor's wife. Brought us a wonderful cup of coffee. And she and Steve have been jabbering back and forth. We have no idea what they're talking about.
This little guy here, Manuel, that's their grandson. They raised him.
Oh, this is grandson.
Manuel. Oh, bueno.
Hanging around the whole time.
Bueno.
He's off school today, so his father told him, though, if you mess around, I'll send you home. Don't get in the way. ¿Verdad, Manuel? Le dijo que si no haces desorden aquí, te manda a casa otra vez.
Ajá.
Entonces, quédate tranquilo.
Para un poco tranquilo.
Becca, es muy peligro. Está muy peligro. Be careful, be careful.
And of course our children are here having lots of fun on the walls. They are also helping with some significant projects, like the frame, for example, here for pouring more cement. Things are happening in a very close quarter here, and it's really very exciting. Things are coming together very rapidly. This is the pastor and his wife working together cooperatively on this ministry, and Steve tells us that it's a very, very vibrant ministry and growing and enthusiastic. We praise God for it and for the work that's being done here. Yes, we do. Yes, the church, Christian Reformed, and here we are. This is one of the most exciting moments in the building of a building, when you put the first truss up. And we're putting the first truss up now with many concerns about safety and getting things straight and plumb and square. The old temporary shack here has a rather flimsy roof, and it almost collapsed. But they're working on it now. This truss needs to go across the entire span.
Okay, where'd everybody go? Roll up above. We need help.
No, it's going up with it.
No, but we need help. Yeah, that's got to go up on the roof. Mira, eso va a agarrar por ahí. Hey, wait a minute. One minute. Wait, just a second.
Okay, they've discovered there's a minor problem here. And now this goes up. As it goes up,
We should lay them aside. They should not be going up upright.
Steve is trying his best to give direction here.
Hold on. Hey, man, made a mistake? No, I never used this kind of truss before. I'm just learning. So this has to go against, that should go against the block of wall. You gotta flip it around again. Devolverlo. The thing is, we shouldn't put them out upright. You're supposed to put them up.
Now the truss has to be turned around in order to fit properly against the wall.
Oh, bring them up, carry them up upstairs. They don't fall on us. Right. Yeah, that was the first one. Oh, that rebar's gotta go. That rebar's gotta go. We'll get it in place and then, no, we can't. The rebar's gotta be cut. I can adjust it. We can sit it up here. Okay, now tiene que muchas esa amarilla acá. Yeah, then you know the other side. And then, yeah.
Joe there is our major carpenter, main carpenter. Dan's working there. This is a very exciting moment when the first truss goes up and we work out some minor problems for fitting it in, and there we are.
Here is Jesse up on the roof. Grandpa wanted me to film, and I'm looking at where they're working on the truss here, and it's pretty interesting. I'm not very good at this. This is the first time I did this. They're sawing on something. They're cutting off the poles. Ah, they're cutting off the poles. And Timmy's right next to me here, but I'm supposed to look at this, so I can't go end up.
This thing's a little bit smaller than that, so they're a little shorter back here. Let's make a couple long ones. They're short already here. They're all cut.
Hey, Grandpa!
Okay, can you give me some over here?
Oops. Sorry. I'm not very good at this. What did he say? I didn't know. Oh, flesh.
Here it's 26 feet, it's 25, 11, or 10 3/4.
Okay, Jess, that's enough.
Okay, stop pushing the button.
Did you push the button?
Okay.
We've made major progress here this morning, only the second day, and we've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the 7 trusses for the roof on, and have had no major problems. Things are going extremely well, and our supervisor up there, Steve, continues to give us good advice as to what to do next.
Actually, you know what? It'd be better if you didn't, because we're center on here. We'll just cut it off, or clip it off. We're really good over there. It's not much. Huh? Nail it? Yeah.
It's great to see brothers working together in harmony. And so it goes.
This one seems to be low as well.
All's going pretty well here. And there's one more to be put up.
This way, this way.
A large delivery of stone and dirt came as fill for the inside of the building here. Matt's been an immense help here. He's really done a tremendous job. And so have the children. They've been along here helping. And Becca's up there giving advice. Hey, Becca! Giving advice there. This final truss is ending up giving us a little bit more difficulty because of the confinement of space. Someone got a minor injury when it tipped out of place, but I think we're going to do all right here. Now they want to flip it over and put it up into space. We have men on each end controlling the movement of it, hopefully. And we need to pay attention, very close attention. Now it's going up. Alrighty. It's going up into place. And we'll waiting now for some men to come up
Waiting for Steve to get up there.
and nail it into place. All right, now it's in place. We'll get someone to come over and nail it in place. And then all of the trusses will be up, and it's a wonderful sight against the beautiful blue sky and white clouds of this day. Constantly there's movement here with some of the young boys pitching in and pitching in the dirt that needs to be pitched in. Okay. And right outside we see the mule operator, a water carrier, right outside of the church building, which is continuing to progress. Doors are now being made and the work is continuing. Okay, we've been interrupted with our roofing because the steel roofing material that is supposed to be on top of here is down at the pier in containers. 60 tons of roofing was given by a Canadian roofing company for hurricane rebuilding, and it was given to our church, Christian Reformed Church, so as to rebuild houses and churches, but it hasn't been released from the shipping company yet. And so we're waiting for that to be released so we can bring that in. In the meantime, the men are now building doors for the main door there and for the side door. We'll only get the double doors for the front finished today. And that work is proceeding with almost too many people around there right now. We're kind of winding down this project without the roofing material, and we'll be moving to another one in the next day. Well, there we have it, the donkey. A while ago he was braying like crazy. It's now just about 5:45 in the evening. We started here about 9:30 after getting supplies and odds and ends. Now the van is being loaded with all the tools and the leftover wood, and we're getting ready to return. Of course, Steve is always at the top there. I don't understand that, but there he is, and there it is, and that's the rented van, and over there is the building My goodness, it now looks like a real building. When the tin comes in, we'll finish that part of it too. We'll be walking up here on this rather rough terrain. This is all coral rock and has never been leveled, and so we just kind of work around it. And over there the men are putting in the final front doors to the church building.
I wish it was the other way around.
Yeah, that would look nice.
All right, it's going well. Now, because we're at the end of the day, we're just going to cut off the boards as needed for the building of one other door and leave it here. Perhaps come back later on and do that. The work is done as much as we can do now, and we hope that when we get back we'll be able to do this roofing job to the end. The people who minister here have been incredibly helpful. They've moved several tons of dirt today, in addition to helping a great deal in putting up those rafters. At the end of the day, thank God for His blessing and safety and everything. We're closing this time with prayer at this time now.
Dans l'église capable de appuyer tout. Amen. Nous tous appuyer ensemble. Anybody volunteer for the work?
I'll do.
Okay, Matt.
So put the camera down. Is that okay? Sure. Seems irreverent. Seriously. That's all right. Okay. Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for having good weather, that we could all work out here and that we can work together even though there is a language barrier. Thank you that you're the God of all of our people together, and that everything went well. I also pray, Lord, that the tin will come on time, in the next couple days, that we can get it up on the roof. Thank you, Lord, that we could all come here safely. Please be with the little guy that got hurt. Hopefully that nothing else can be worse with him. Help us to travel home safely and back to the job tomorrow, wherever we may be working. In your name alone, amen.
Eterno Dios que habitas en gloria, te damos las gracias, Señor,
Amén.
que tú nos has permitido, buen Dios, de pasar, oh Señor, 2 días en tu nombre aquí, Jehová, en tu trabajo, bendito Señor, oh bendiga también, buen Dios, este grupo voluntario que tú has mandado, buen Dios, de sus países, Señor mío, para venir aquí, Jehová, a hacer las obras necesarias, Jehová, o de hacer un templo, Jehová, donde que los creyentes pueden reunir, Jehová, así para alabar y glorificar tu santo nombre. Bendiga, buen Dios, los que ya han dejado sus familias atrás, buen Dios, o ha cogido este camino, buen Dios, para venir aquí a esta república a hacer el trabajo. O bendiga, Jehová, por el día de hoy que estuvimos aquí trabajando. Vamos a despedir, buen Dios, no de tu presencia, sino de la presencia de unos a otros, Jehová. Bendiga, Jehová, durante por par de semanas que ellos falten para estar aquí, Jehová. Permitan los vehículos, Jehová, que ellos andan. No sea yo que vas a dirigir el vehículo, buen Dios. Sea tu presencia, Señor mío. Bendíganos, díganos, protéjanos, Señor mío. Y en el nombre del Padre, Señor.
His good will and abides with us still, and with all who will trust and obey. Trust and obey, for there's no other way to be happy in Jesus but to trust and obey. This is almost the best part of all.
Gracias, Dios lo bendiga, Dios lo bendiga. Dios lo bendiga. Dios lo bendiga. Sí.
Ok, Dios bendiga, hermano. Ok.
Yo me voy por aquí. Dios lo bendiga.
Está bien, nos vemos allá entonces. Mañana.
We are here in a new area about 1 mile from the other church that we've been working on, And it is the 22nd of January, and the temperature is about 75 degrees with a clear blue sky, a beautiful morning, Friday morning, and we are here at this church building. The wall on the right was completely blown away by the hurricane and had to be rebuilt, and the roof was completely taken off. Some of the rafters were salvaged and have been put back up again, and today we're going to be putting on some new rafters and doing some odds and ends around this building as well as the other one. All around us we see signs of the devastation that this hurricane left behind. There's a cement block house that was almost totally destroyed by the hurricane, and now 5 months later has still not been rebuilt. There's what's left of somebody's house, and this little house here has been rebuilt from odds and ends that have been gathered together. There's what's left of somebody else's house. Over there is another cement block house that lost its roof. Here's a small shed that's been built. Someone lives in there from the scraps that were gathered together. And as you look over there, there's another cement block house. The roof is gone, and much of the cement block is gone as well.
Just space them in between. Just space them in between. One will go in between this one will go in between this one, and one will go in between that one. Something like that.
In the center, then.
Well, let me
Basically,
check.
you're strengthening the center.
Strengthening the center. We don't have to put them on the ends as much. The ends are, less size.
So then you're strengthening the center.
Yeah. I'll put 3 new trusses. Now I have to buy the 2x4 cords for the bottom cord for them, but that's, I gotta buy more wood anyway. And also we gotta count how many more of these stringers we need, because we lost a bunch, but not that many. So.
What's the name of the place here?
This is called Pretty Rock. That's a good Piedra Linda. I call it that because there's only rock here. There's nothing else to see. So.
And from the door of the church here, as you look out into the distance, you can see the Caribbean Sea. We are high on a coral ridge here, and as Steve said, it's called Pretty Rock. There's not an awful lot pretty about it. There's absolutely nowhere to grow anything at all. So now we've got to get started with the work and get moving so that this can be another productive day in rebuilding the church in the Dominican Republic. This dear lady is kind of like the caretaker of the church. This lady is the caretaker of the church property. She lives in this small home right next to the church as we see it, and she makes sure that the property is taken care of. Gracias. Dan is up there cutting off the extensions of the stabilizing boards that were set across the rafters, and we're almost finished with this project except for the tin that will go over the tub. And here's another friend of the church and a little sweet baby. This congregation has very few male leaders, and those they have are out working full-time, so we've had very little help here from the members of the church. It's the La Iglesia Cristiana Reformada, and that means the Church of the Christian Reformed. In fact, if you look closely, they have the abbreviation of the word incorporated at the end of it. That's funny. Here's a friend.
This is sound effects now.
There's a friend been putting on those metal plates, and we also.
A little bit of banging, so you know something's happening.
That's right, and we also put hurricane strips on all of our rafters so as to protect the building from blowing away the next time. And there's John up there.
He's working hard, missing a nail all the time.
John has made more noise than any single man in this whole project today. He makes us He makes us think he's working harder than anybody.
Voilà, that's a French expression.
Voila.
Okay.
So what we did here is we put in 3 extra rafters, as support beams, to make this roof a bit stronger, because we don't want the next hurricane to take it away. So this job has almost come to an end, and when we get to 10, hopefully next week before we go home, we'll be able to roof this building as well. Well,
Hey, you're part of this team. Let's go. I'll go through the process of handing over the keys for the work is, in a way, it's the keys of the kingdom because it's part of the kingdom work. What we're doing is, in a way, making a gift, although it's as much a gift to us as it is to the church because it was a privilege to work here. I think so anyway, don't you guys think so? Yo dije que es un sentido un regalo a la iglesia del trabajo que ellos hicieron, pero también es un regalo para nosotros porque es un privilegio de servir al Señor. Entonces, nadie puede decir que le debe a nadie. Sí, porque todo es por la obra de Dios. Everything is to the Lord, nobody owes anybody anything on this job. Yeah. Amen. Yes, sir. Somebody can take a picture for me. I'd like to send you a camera. I don't have my camera, but you guys, you send one. Jonah? No problem.
does it work?
Yeah.
Oh.
It doesn't close well though. Hay que poner una manubrio así para.
Manubrio.
He needs a door. Tell him we'll get him a door handle. Oh, he's got to get his own. Oh, he's going to get his own door handle. That works pretty good. Yeah. I see. All right. Well. Okay, guys. Very nice. I see. You don't want the wheelbarrow. That's
There it is, all finished as we are going from this job to another. The only thing that might bring us back is if we can get the tin for the roof. All right, now.
I need to come back.
for all the folks who gave these packages of clothing and all, you want to know where they went. They went to these dear folks. These are 2 pastors of 2 different churches, and they're going to distribute all these clothes and shoes and goodies to the people of their congregation, like these dear folks here. Okay? Muchas gracias.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed it, Doug. Go on,
Wow, you got it.
You gotta eat it fast, Mark. Eat it fast.
That's good, isn't it? You like the chocolate bunny? That's okay, that's yummy. What's that? No, not this time. You can wash off in the water to wash off, right?
Well, it was time to take a little break from our work. It's Saturday afternoon, and we are enjoying the time here at the beach. It's something for everybody to do. This is not the best beach in the world, but it's nice, and the water is very wonderful, warm, and we see a great deal of the results of the hurricane, with many of the palm trees gone or stripped, completely gone in many cases. We see that used to be thick stands of palm trees along here, but now some of them are just sticks standing up, and others are not so good. There's an unusually large catamaran, and there it's just beached here at this point. It's Sunday morning, and we are preparing to go out to the church where we were working on Friday, and in order to seat and accommodate everybody, we have to take some pews along. And these are from a small church here in La Romana, which has been generous enough to share their pews with us this morning. And up goes another one. We are here this morning at the church where we replaced some of the trusses, and on the Lord's Day morning the people of God have gathered for worship. We expect there might also be some folks from the other congregation less than half a mile away coming to worship with us. Let's go in and see what God's people are doing. They worked very hard yesterday to plaster stucco the outside of the front of the building, and now we're going to be together.
Vamos a tener la escuela dominical en lección una, gloria a Dios, porque sabemos ya hemos estudiado el libro por entero, el libro de la escuela dominical ya se ha terminado y ahora estamos haciendo repaso, gloria a Dios. Entonces vamos a meditar sobre la lección una, gloria a Dios. Tiene por tema Dios quiere vivir con el hombre, gloria a Dios. Es el tema general de esta lección. Dios quiere vivir con el hombre. Amén. Gloria a Dios. Vamos a tener una lectura breve en Lucas, capítulo 15, verso 20.
How much he's gotten into it and how much he understood, probably not. But the motivation of God has always been sacrificial love. And so when he made the world, he made the creatures, let's see, where in a condition where there could be sacrificial love and also for his glory to be proclaimed. However, the second subheading is even though God put man as an administrator in the creation, man was rebellious, as you know the history well. Even though he was living in God's world and enjoying it, mankind has been rebellious to God.
Repetition is a very important part of their worship service and their learning. This is Monday morning, and we are in a village. Villages are called bateys here. This is the Batey La Matija, and it is run by the sugarcane factory and company, and it is right in the middle of the sugarcane fields, which you can see looking out there in the distance. And all around there are children who live in these homes. Many of these homes survived the hurricane, but the church did not, and certainly this building did not. That's newly rebuilt, kind of a community center for the people. And we are working over here on this church building, which lost its roof and had damage to the cement block. It's the La Matija Christian Reformed Church. And we are working on putting 8 trusses, roof trusses up, which will be standing until the sheet metal is available. And we have many pretty faces here. In addition to the roof trusses, new doors, 2 new doors and door jambs are being built and installed as we're proceeding with this work. Across the top of the cement block wall, we put a 2x6 wooden header and put it in place in such a way that it will hold the wall together when there is heavy wind or hurricane. Oui? Yes, a header. And the roof is going up. Oui. This interior has been a beehive of activities as we are cutting each one of the trusses. And Joe there is our master carpenter, and he has had to cut each truss slightly different length because the building is about 6 inches wider on one end than it is in the other. So each of the trusses has to be cut to fit. But we're doing very well on that. The door crew over here is putting everything in order. And Steve is trying to keep us all working. He just put a hole in the wall because sooner or later they'll put electrical outlets here, and now they know where to put that outlet, right there. And the folks from the Bate are here in many cases helping, but in lots of cases watching and learning about how we do this work. Andy is taking a little break after working in the sun very hard for about 3 hours. It's getting close to noontime right here. And John's been up on the scaffold putting the headers up. 6 hours of hard work has brought us a long way today in building the trusses, getting them in place, building 2 doors, the front one and the side one with locks and bolts, and we're well on our way to finishing this day's work. And it's now just 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a very beautiful day, about 80 degrees with a nice breeze blowing. As we enter here, we see a lot of things going on. Steve up there nailing those trusses together, and Doug over there cutting off the stringers that are put on. Amigo! Bueno. And one of the brothers here from the Bate learning to use a screw gun, doing a really good job. And over on this side, Dan's also putting on hurricane strips, and we're making very fast progress at this point. Matt is quite sunburned up there, but he keeps the buzzing away. So there we are. Yellow pine doors are finished, and ready to be used. We are in a new batey, and it's Tuesday morning, and guess what? There's another church that lost its roof and had to be rebuilt with a lot of cement work and cement block replacement. And now today we're going to put the struts or the roof trestles on, so that when the tin is available, it can be brought here and another team can come and put it on. So we'll get this before picture of the way it looks. Today we're going to do trestles and doors, as we have done in 2 or 3 other places. Let's get to work.
This is Dan Brawning. I'm recording my father and Pastor Julio putting on final touches on the church here in the batey. They're putting on hurricane strips together. Dad basically instructed Pastor on how to use the screw gun and put in the strips, and now he's been working on it, and they're really making progress, moving right along. This has been a real successful day. We put all these trusses in just this afternoon, since this afternoon. We built them this morning and put them on this afternoon. The guys have been up in the rafters most of the day, continue working real aggressively. There's Steve, I think. There's Steve, almost at the end of the stick. They've been working well together. So it's been a good day. We thank the Lord for His blessings and the progress that we've been able to make.
Well, here we are on a new day, and I'm taking little Hannah to school on a very busy day. And on a very busy street. And let's just go on, okay, Hannah? We'll just go right on here. And here we are, coming into the school. And it's called the Colegio Biblico Cristiano. It's an incredible sight. And the raising of the flag happens every morning. And as we see here, the hurricane took the roof off of this building and it has to be replaced and rebuilt as well. Everyone's proud of their flag. Hannah is the only gringo child in this entire group, but she kind of gets lost because there are over 1,000 children come to this school. And they're beautiful children. We are now in San Pedro, and this is not a village or batey out in the sugarcane fields, but it is kind of a little suburban area, and it's very crowded with many beautiful children. And the lady with whom Steve is speaking now is the administrator of 21 Christian schools run by the Christian Reformed Church. We're looking at They're talking from another angle now, and as we swing around, this is part of the Christian school, this building, and this is the new building that's being repaired and renovated, and the plan is to put a roof on this side of the school, on this part of the school building. A team has come in from Michigan, and they will take care of this particular part of the project, and hopefully within a week or so this will have a building on it, a roof on it, and the section that's being cement blocked now is an apartment on top of the school office right here. This is the back of the school building here, and the roof will go up in one slope. It's not going to be like the other roofs that were built where we were. This is totally new construction. These will be the latrines for the children, the cement block building there. And the building is about 65 feet long and about 23, 24 feet deep. And there will be 3 classrooms in that section there and behind the office here. After the block is laid up and then trimmed, then they come along and they put a nice smooth coat of cement over the top. We would probably call it something like stucco.
Yeah.
And it's lots of hard work which the national folks do.
Anyway, if I had my way, maybe I would. Okay.
This brother is a member of the church here. And this is the house he lives in right next door to the church building. And I guess he's kind of like a caretaker. But he says his knees hurt him, and he has rheumatism from working hard for so many years. But he loves the Lord, and that's the important thing. Gloria a Dios. Across the street from the new school building is a building that is being temporarily used as a classroom as well. Right now, for school children, we just peer inside there, we can see some of the children in there at their desks and working. Let's go see them right now. And we cross the street and we find the children busily working right in the classroom. It's a beautiful sight. And here's one of our little students, busy working and learning, and there's another one. And they have a wonderful opportunity, which a lot of children, even here in the DR, do not have. This little girl is quite a leader, I think. Quite a leader. There, well, this clock is about an hour slow because of the change of time, but the team is just arriving now and getting ready to get set up for the work project here. It's January 27, and we're getting to work pretty quick now. These are workers from Michigan and probably some farmers and others who have come, and I'm sure they're not going to want to stand around very long.
Basically to help you guys along with your project. Your project. I would like to present to Milagros Comples. You have seen her face at least once already this morning on the video. On behalf of Worldwide.
Soy la supervisora del trabajo que se realiza aquí.
She's a supervisor of this school here as well as others.
Estamos luchando juntos, ustedes nos ayudan a nosotros y nosotros continuamos la obra del Señor.
We're fighting together to advance the cause of the Lord here, working together, both you and us.
Les damos la bienvenida,
Welcome.
esperando que tengan un buen tiempo en República Dominicana.
We hope that you have a good time here in the Dominican Republic.
Hemos preparado algo para la bienvenida de ustedes, los niños van a cantar algunas alabanzas.
The kids and teachers here momentarily.
Y luego tendrán la oportunidad de visitar con los niños a los hogares de ellos.
And right after we get done with that, you'll have an opportunity, since we're right near the end of the morning session, to probably divide you up in twos and have you go home with a couple of the kids from the school. So you have a chance just to greet their parents and see what one of their homes might look like before you come back here and start your work.
Eso es una oportunidad para poder conocer la comunidad a la cual ustedes van a ayudar.
It's a good way for you to get to know a little bit the community in which you're going to work.
¡Oh! Estoy recordado, gracias a Dios.
¿Qué cursos tenemos aquí? ¿Ustedes? ¿Pre? ¿Kinder? No, primero. Kinder. Ok. ¿Y qué más tenemos? Primero.
Muy bien. El grupo de primario me preparó una canción para todos ustedes para que me hicieran la visita. ¿Verdad? Entonces ellos van a tratar de hacerlo lo mejor que pueden. Claro, con mi ayuda.
They just heard a little song here. These are preschool kids, kindergarten kids. And for this little song to your visit, and they're going to do the very best they can on the teacher's house.
Se fueron rodando, todas mis culpas se fueron rodando, allá en la cruz por mí, pasa un río que llega a mi ser, que llega a mi ser, que llega a mi ser, pasa un río que llega a mi ser, allá en la cruz por mí, el viento va por la carretera. Una manzanita para un amor. Mi mamá fue por mí, que descubrió así.
Watch that diamond. The diamond's shining like ever.
You're gonna get highlighted, No, I'm a morning person. I just don't like a camera. Gringo, right here, this guy.
All right.
Oh, there's
Here we go. Oh, look at that.
It's a very nice small hotel we've been at, very reasonably priced, with a nice swimming pool, which the ladies and kids and a few of the guys took advantage of, and then over there is a beautiful dining area. All of this, at least some of it, has been built since the hurricane, so that there's no problem with rebuilding and destruction, especially over the top. That's very, very nicely done, the gazebo. On the other side of that wall is a slum. And that is our hotel. It used to be an apartment house. And over there they are going to put in some recreational equipment and a platform for dancing, I think. And I think perhaps a parking lot over here on this side. Let's go look. Up these stairs. And lots of work going on here. The workmen hammering and pouring cement. And this will pretty much end our time in La Romana. Final goodbyes.
However, I could fit probably 3 more people in there. For you. Hey, just remember, when you come back, I'm taking the fire truck, okay? How's that sound? Oh, boy. Yeah. Girls.
Hi, Mark.
Here's a hug for you, Andy. I didn't get a hug.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.